Ever wondered what's actually going on inside an AI's quote-unquote brain? I mean, it seems insanely complex, but today we're going to pull back the curtain. Let's get right into the surprisingly simple secret behind how pretty much every AI agent works, from your phone's smart assistant all the way to a self-driving car.
And I promise you, that's true. The core idea is way simpler than you might think. By the end of this, you'll have the fundamental playbook that powers this whole field. And it really all comes down to one simple core loop.
So, what is the secret sauce? What's behind all their decision-making? Well, the answer is a simple, repeatable process. And you know, the best way to understand it is to think about a situation where you need to make quick, smart decisions, like on a soccer field.
Yep, you heard me right. To understand an AI agent, all you really have to do is think like a goalkeeper. It's an awesome analogy because a goalie has to process a ton of information, like instantly, and then make a critical decision. And it all boils down to a simple three-step cycle.
And this is it. This is the whole secret. Perceive, reason, act. This is the fundamental loop. It's like the heartbeat of every agent out there. It's just this constant cycle of taking in information, thinking about it, and then doing something. All right, let's break it down using our goalkeeper. First up, perceive. So the ball gets kicked. The goalie's eyes lock onto it, right? They're tracking its speed, its spin, its whole trajectory. They are just gathering data from the world around them using their senses.
Next, reason. And this all happens in a split second. Their brain is just crunching all that visual data. And based on thousands of hours of practice and pure instinct, it's calculating where's the ball going, how high up, how fast is it moving, and of course the most important question, where do I need to be to stop it?
And finally, act. The decision is made, the brain sends that signal to the muscles, and boom, the goalkeeper dives, stretching out to make the save. They've just executed their decision. Perceive, reason, act. See? Simple, right?
Okay, so how in the world does this apply to an AI? Let's step off the field for a second and see how this exact same logic is built right into the code of an AI agent. It's literally the same three steps.
First, the AI has to perceive its world, but instead of eyes and ears, it uses inputs. So for a smart assistant, that input could be the text you type or the sound of your voice. It's just gathering all that raw information, exactly like the goalkeeper seeing the ball flying towards them.
Then you get to the brain of the operation, the reason step. The agent takes all that input data and processes it based on its programming, its goals. It's trying to figure out the best possible move. You know, it's asking itself, what is the user asking for? What is the most helpful thing I can do right this second?
And finally, the agent acts. It carries out the decision it just made. You can think of this as the AI's hands doing the work. It might be sending a text message for you, or adding an event to your calendar, or, in a more physical way, actually turning the steering wheel of a car.
Now, what's really cool is that the same loop works for all kinds of agents, whether they live completely in the digital world or they actually interact with the physical one. The core idea is always the same, but how they perform each step can look pretty different. Let's take a look.
Okay, so how do they perceive? A virtual agent, like a chatbot, sees by reading your texts or hears by analyzing your voice. But a physical agent, like a self-driving car, has a whole suite of sensors, cameras, LiDAR, radar, to see the road, other cars, people, everything.
And their reasoning can be super simple or incredibly complex. A smart thermostat, for example, it just follows a basic rule. If it gets cold, turn on the heat. That's it. But a more advanced agent, one that's powered by a large language model, you know, the same tech behind stuff like ChatGPT, it can understand nuance. It can actually tell if you sound angry in an email and figure out that the best thing to do is draft a really polite, helpful response.
So then, how do they act? Well, for virtual agents, an action is digital. It's sending an email, or filtering out spam, or booking a meeting. But for physical agents, the actions are tangible, real-world things. We're talking about turning a wheel, applying the brakes, or unlocking the front door to your house.
So you see, whether it's a basic thermostat or a really complex self-driving car, the same playbook is at work. The tools might change, sure, but that core process is always the same. So let's just lock in that cycle one last time.
So the most crucial thing to remember is this: perceive, reason, act. It's this continuous, powerful cycle. The agent takes in data, decides what to do based on its goals, and then it does that thing, which in turn changes the environment, and that starts the whole cycle all over again. That right there is the playbook.
And that's really how fundamental this whole concept is. The same loop that saves goals on a soccer field is now being used to solve some of the world's most complex problems. So now that you know the playbook, it kind of makes you wonder, right? What's the next big goal that an AI agent is going to save?